What's going on YouTube? Masex back with another video. Continuing the series looking at the incoming rookies for the 2023 season. This 2023 class has some really good players. And man, I'm excited for this upcoming season. Right now we got the rookie mini camps and OTAs and whatnot. We got training camp coming up in a few months. Then we got preseason. So today we're going to be looking at the linebackers, man. We got to look at the defense. And we got to show love to the stand-up linebackers. Today we're going to be looking at my top 5. And keep in mind, these are stand-up linebackers. These are not your outside linebackers slash edge rushers. These are stand-up linebackers. Think of Ray Lewis, Brian Urlacher, these type of linebackers, okay? So we're going to take a look at my top 5. And without further ado, let's get to it. All right, before we officially get started, if you're new to this channel, go ahead and like and subscribe to this video. Not only will it help the channel grow, but I'll deeply appreciate it. But at number 5, we have Noah Sewell, 6'1", 246-pound linebacker, drafted in the 5th round, 148th pick overall to the Chicago Bears. Sewell, if his last name sounds familiar, that's because he's the little brother to Penei Sewell. Cornerstone tackle was a first-round pick a few years ago to the Detroit Lions. Noah Sewell, he's a thumper. He's your throwback linebacker. Plays with motor, really good against the run, good on blitzes, getting after the quarterback. He plays with a lot of aggression, plays with a lot of power, and it matches up with his weight room numbers. I hear he's a weight room warrior. Can bench over 425 pounds, deadlifts over 650 pounds, and it translates. He's able to translate that to the field. He's not afraid to tackle anybody, and he's going to come and he's going to bring it. Doesn't make a lot of plays in coverage. Also, with his athleticism, didn't have the fastest 40, for example. You do wonder with his overall athleticism going sideline to sideline at the NFL level. I don't think it'll be, honestly, too much of a worry. I mean, he looks plenty athletic to me. The only thing I really see is that he's really aggressive in the running games, and a lot of times I did see running backs use that against Noah Sewell, and a lot of cutback lanes would result from that. At number 4, we got DAIYAN HENLEY. I'm not sure if that's how it's pronounced. 6 foot, 225. HENLEY is your modern day stand-up linebacker. Former receiver at Nevada, transferred to Washington State this past season. He's very fast, very agile, explosive. He's sideline to sideline, and he's the kind of linebacker that you want faced against RPOs and the spread offenses that has continued to dominate the NFL the last few years. For someone that hasn't played linebacker very long, he's a very good tackler. Doesn't miss a lot of tackles. He's also improving as a blitzer. You're going to have to be patient with him. He's going to continue to make mistakes. There's going to be learning curves, and that's where that veteran leadership that the Chargers defense will really come in handy to help develop him in addition to the coaching staff. Instincts and reading plays, just looking at him, he may be a step slow, was able to overcome that due to him being so quick and athletic, but obviously in the NFL it's a different breed. But he's only been playing linebacker for 3 years, so he's one of those high risk, high reward type of players that could really be a game changer type of defensive player. Now, number 3 is going to be pretty controversial because I have Jack Campbell listed here. 6'5", 249 pounds out of Iowa. Jack Campbell was the first linebacker, stand-up linebacker, drafted with pick 18 going to the Detroit Lions. Now, Jack Campbell, like I said, this is controversial, but some of the pros, he's more athletic than I thought. Looking at the measurables, he had an excellent 40 time, and I think that's what solidified him as a first-round pick. He's a sure tackler. He's good in coverage. I remember there was one player in particular against Ohio State, picked off C.J. Stroud. Just all instincts and awareness, and also a good set of hands as well. So he can play in coverage. He can play the run. He can hit you, and he hits you hard. I do think that he doesn't play as big as his measurables would indicate. That's just my opinion. And also his film athletically didn't match up to what he did at the combine. But I do expect him to be a starter, and I do expect him to have a really solid career. But the other guys, I just feel, have higher ceilings than Jack Campbell. But I do think that he's an extremely high floor type of guy, can potentially get some Pro Bowls. And don't get me wrong, he's not a bad player. He's number 3 on this list, but he's just not that bona fide number 1 linebacker that a lot of people have, right? And for those of you that are not too mad or, oh, this idiot doesn't know what he's talking about, let's move on to my number 2 ranked linebacker, which is Drew Sanders out of Arkansas. Drafted in round 3, picked 67 overall, was originally an Alabama student athlete, transferred this past year to Arkansas, and it was the best thing for him. He was able to showcase his skill set, his versatility. He has the versatility that defensive minds are going to love because he's a tweener. He can line up on the edge and go get after the passer, or you can stand him up and have him as a stand-up linebacker against the run and the pass. He can do both. Very good, very instinctive. Now, I will say, kind of a one-year wonder, as I mentioned. This was his first year starting. He didn't get a lot of playing time at Alabama. And I do want him to be more of a consistent tackler. Yes, Jack Campbell is a much better tackler than Drew Sanders. Drew Sanders missed a lot of tackles last year. But I just feel Drew Sanders, because of his versatility, because of his range, his athleticism that did match his pro day and NFL combine, I just feel that he has a higher ceiling. And I just see him 5 years from now breaking out as that all-pro-like player. Alrighty, and my number 1 linebacker for the 23 class is Trenton Simpson out of Clemson. Drafted round 3, 86 overall to the Baltimore Ravens. I think that that's the perfect situation for him overall. Yes, he had a down junior year in comparison to his sophomore year. We were expecting more from him, but hey, I think that was Clemson overall. A lot of them didn't reach expectations individually and as a team. But Trenton Simpson, man, this man can play some football. Just a year ago, we were expecting him to be a first-round pick, and I'm not going to let a bad year for him and his school to just throw him down the drain as far as him being a really good NFL player. He has that size, that perfect size for a modern-day linebacker. 6'2", 235, 4.4 speed, the most athletically gifted linebacker in this class. Crazy first step, has the instinct. He's a chase-down artist, whether it's on the rush, going after a quarterback, or it's a ball carrier that's broke the line of scrimmage. He's going to chase you down. He's going to hawk you down, and he has the speed to do so. Change of direction, can go sideline to sideline, down, got the shiftiness and the mobility to disengage away from blockers and make the play on the ball. Now, he too, similar to Noah Sewell, can be over-aggressive at times, undisciplined at times in the run games. But I feel with that Ravens coaching staff, that's nothing that they won't help and just coach him on. He has, to me, the highest ceiling overall, as I mentioned earlier. And everything that I said right now with him is the reason why he's my number 1 linebacker for this class. All right, so these are my top 5 linebackers for this class, man. And once again, if you made it this far in the video, I definitely appreciate the support. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already. More content on the way. We're going to continue the series a little bit more, look at a few other positions that I want to talk about with you guys. So if you're a football nut, just be patient and more content's coming on the way. But with all that said, I hope y'all have a good one, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Cheers!